AI is killing gamers. Well, boys, it happened. Xbox had its third price hike. How many more are coming? PlayStation's raised prices. Nintendo will this September. Steam Machine $1,000. GPUs $2,000 to $4,000. The same NVMe drive in my computer right there is now double the price to $1,500 since I bought it last year. We're just all getting tentacle f***ed by corpos. In this video, I'd like to talk about why AI is a large cause of this, when we can expect to see demand lower a little bit, and what to look forward to or to cry about in the next generation of gaming. So let's actually talk about why AI is causing the cost of hardware to just skyrocket. So memory, there's three main types. I mean, there's probably more types that I'm aware of, but from what I've been gathering, there's three types of memory kind of involved in this clusterfuck. The first is UDIMM. That stands for on-buffer dual inline memory module, and that's what you have in your computer. That's what I have in my computer. That is consumer-grade memory. That's not going to have any error-correcting code on it. It's not going to be as designed for reliability, like really long-term. Latency might actually be a little bit better, but it's just consumer grade. That is not really the focus of the AI data centers. Instead, the AI data centers need two different types of memory. One is RDIMM, which stands for Registered Dual Inline Memory Module, and the other is HBM, which stands for High Bandwidth Memory. RDIMM is a type of DRAM. So you have the consumer grade DRAM, which is the UDIMM, and then you have like the server, more enterprise grade DRAM, which is this RDIMM. I am losing my fucking mind with all these letters. We're just gonna call it server memory. All right, I'm tired of saying all these words. Server memory is going to have much higher capacity. It's going to be like 512 or literally terabytes of memory, to support whatever these data centers need them to be doing, which a lot of the time is going to be training AI models, which is a very high memory intensive task. This is going to be like your CPU side of memory. It's going to function similar to how the RAM in your computer or your phone works. It's just, with some tweaks. HBM is what is going to be on the actual GPU. So HBM is stacked. It's like memory that's stacked, and it's put together with microscopic electrical wires, and it's very, very fast. And these data centers are going to have like these NVIDIA cards that are designed for what they're doing with this HBM memory, combined with CPU side RDIMM memory. And together, it's just going to be an absolute powerhouse of performance for training these AI models. And the issue comes in when there's very limited supply of HBM memory and RDIMM memory. There's only so many manufacturers in the world. And since the AI data companies are paying so much more money than you or I can pay, they're going to focus the manufacturing away from UDIMM memory to RDIMM and HBM memory. I realized I just kept saying letters. I didn't say server memory like I was going to. My brain is dying right now. But due to this manufacturing shift, it's going to lead to this like supply issue we have. I mean, in the enterprise world, it's probably hard enough for like Microsoft, Apple, Google, whoever to get their hands on the enterprise grade material. And then since it's literally not being made as much, it's hard for us consumers to get our hands on the more quote unquote normal DRAM modules. To make matters even worse, let's look at the scale of all of this. So I found this website called datacentermap.com, and if you go to this thing, you can see all of the data centers in the world. I'm pretty sure it's data centers that exist now. It doesn't show like data centers that are being built, but there's 4,000 plus in the US, 500 and some in United Kingdom and Germany, almost 400 in France. China's right below Europe. They're catching up. So this is a global thing. There's global demand everywhere. US is leading the charge, but there's obviously a ton of demand in Europe, a ton of demand from China, India, all kinds of countries across the world. It's just making this entire problem far worse. If you look at Meta's website, they have a data center fleet map, they call it. In the United States, they have the majority of their data centers. They also have some in Europe. They have some in India. They have a couple in Singapore, all over the world. And they're just going to keep expanding as they're trying to capitalize on the AI race. So it continues to get worse. There's an article about a Texas family that donated a land for a park. It was going to be community land. And now a data center is going to be built on it instead. The article mentions a woman by the name of Pamela Griffin. And Miss Griffin says, "We used to play baseball, kickball, everything. One day he was talking to my dad, and he told my dad that he's going to give the land for this community for a park." So the person who owned the land was going to donate it because they used to just the community used to just be on the land anyways. So it's like, I'll be a nice guy. I'll donate this when I pass away to the community. This land shifted hands numerous times, communication mistakes happened, and by the end of it, a data center is being built on it. So literally, the kids, we need data. That is literally the message being sent here. This is straight out of Cyberpunk. It's not all bad, I guess. There's another article where a farmer was offered $60K per acre of his 261 acre lot, and he declined it. He's like, nah, that ain't happening. The specifics are making my brain die a little bit. I think there's like a trust that ended up taking the land over, and it's like related to the township or the government that helps protect land in that area, which could be good unless they get like a bad administration that screws all that up or something. But long story short, he was like, no, I'm not selling the land to a data center. His mom died on that land, which is very sentimental. I mean, it's a pretty sad thing. And a data center comes in out of nowhere and wants to buy it. And he just gave him the middle finger. Like, bring back rednecks, please. They'll stop this shit. So I got my venting out. Let's go ahead and talk about like when we can maybe expect to see this insanity start to lessen and die down. So when we look at a investor report by Micron Technology, which is dated June 24th of 2026, it's a very recent report here. First of all, they confirm that demand for DRAM and NAND is going to be like in your NVMe drives. Both of those are just continuing. The demand is continuing to exceed the industry supply. Because of that, their profits are higher than ever. Yay! $25 billion of revenue in the fiscal quarter, like Q3, which is $25 billion of revenue in one quarter from Micron. That's bananas. But if we keep looking through this, they actually say that they don't expect the industry to improve until 2028. Let that sink in for a minute. 2028. It is June of 2026. And they literally say, even as we expect industry supply to improve gradually, so it's not even majorly, just gradually in 2028. We currently do not have line of sight as to when memory supply will be able to catch up with increasing demand. So this is going to go on for years. I mean, I may as well end the video here. Good Lord, that this is going to go on for years. So you better lube up. You're going to continue to get butt fucked by corpos. You know, earlier how I was just talking about the different memory types? I saw something else in here. AI systems are powered by GPU, SIC, I actually don't know what that is, and CPU designs from an increasingly broad set of suppliers. Very important here. However, they all share one important characteristic. AI system performance is architecturally dependent on memory subsystem performance and capacity. So in other words, all these different systems, variations, it's all very, very dependent on needing a lot of memory. And since the AI hype is crazy, data centers are being built, that doesn't just go up overnight. This demand is going to continue for years and years and years. You're not going to create Micron overnight. You know, the demand for this is just going to stay very high for at least a year and a half, 2 years. I would wager longer. I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing this into 2029. 2030, I might have a gray beard by the time this shit is over. They actually even point out PC and mobile here. So they're talking about personal, you know, your computer and like phones. PC and smartphone industry revenue is expected to grow despite unit volume declines. But at the end of this, they're saying that with the expected value of on-device AI, I know you guys just love your on-device AI. Like when you power on Windows 11 and it asks about Copilot, don't you just love your on-device AI, right? Right? Combined with pent-up unit replacement demand to drive memory growth for PCs and smartphones. So they're like actively acknowledging here that we're all suffering right now and we're all going to be like needing RAM in a few years, so they know the demand's going to go up for that too. So even what I'm hearing is even when the AI data centers are done, we're all going to buy memory at the same time and like screw ourselves. This is awesome, guys. For DRAM alone, they expect it to grow in 2026 calendar year. It says in the low to mid 20% range. The NAND industry, they expect to grow approximately 20%. So this is just, it's very good for their business. You might want to buy some Micron stock. Might not be a bad idea. Very good for their business. It's going to hurt us for quite a while at this point. So now that we kind of vaguely know, like we're screwed until 2028, probably 2030. I would not be surprised. You guys know how this goes. It takes a long time. Remember COVID? Remember crypto? We thought that was like a thing, and it just never really went away. Ever since COVID/crypto, GPUs were expensive. Now it's also memory and storage. Anyways, now that we've talked about the timeline of when we can maybe expect some of this to go away, let's attempt to talk about the next generation of consoles and what that is going to look like and what kind of nightmare we're heading into. So when we look at the article where Xbox actually announced their price increase, which is going to go into effect August 1st, and by the way, the third price increase, this is going to be effective in August. In this article, they mentioned that console memory prices have increased by more than 2.5x, and they expect it to double by the end of, like, another doubling by the end of 2027. So when you think about this, probably another price increase for the current generation of consoles, at least the Xbox, probably others, I wouldn't be surprised. But when you think about this going into the next generation, how are they not going to release like $1,000 console? Like, doesn't it feel like to you guys the next Xbox PlayStation is going to be straight up $1,000? The Steam Machine it's feeling like it's going to be $1,000 again. There's an article I found, Extreme Tech here, where the Xbox CEO, Asha Shawarma, is saying that, there needs to be cheaper hardware in order for the console market to survive. And so, I mean, she says we're facing a hardware crisis. She's talking about radically different business models, and I don't really know what that means. I don't take credit for this. I saw a Luke Stevens video. He mentioned, like, financing your Xbox. Dude, he better not be right. I swear to God, if he's right, I'm gonna blow a fucking gasket. Get your Xbox on Klarna, you fucking brokey. I don't know, boys. Stock up now. Get a console as soon as you can. Just play your backlog at this point. You know what? Pirate games. Just pirate. Who cares? Find a computer somewhere and just pirate as much as you can. I don't even know what else to tell you at this point. Like, nothing about what I'm seeing is good news, and it's a shame. So to conclude, it is looking dire in the hardware market. I think just try to prepare yourself, man. Enjoy the games you have now. Enjoy the backlog you have now. It's probably going to be hard to buy another console. Games are getting expensive. I made a video about GTA 6 being $100. I made a video about Steam Machine being $1,000. It's all kind of screwed. It's going to be hard for the average Joe to really keep up with gaming, which is a real shame. It's just frustrating. It's very frustrating that, the AI cyberpunk level corpos are kind of really behind this. I don't think intentionally. I don't think they set out with a goal of we're going to fuck the gamer. I don't think they did that, but it's happening. They are strangling the gamer. They're killing the gamer. And I don't know. That's all I got to say, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.